Hey, this is Amy Scott Grant, Spiritual Ass Kicker, back with another quick tip for you on how to get unstuck. Okay, so consider that one of the reasons you're stuck is because you're repeating some type of pattern or some type of behavior. Tell me if this sounds familiar in any of your relationships. What do you want to do for dinner? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't care. Well, where do you want to go? I don't know. What do you feel like? We've all had that conversation before. It's exhausting, right? And so we get in a pattern. You get stuck in a pattern. So the cool thing is, while a habit may take at least 21 days to begin to become formed, fully functional as a habit, it only takes a split second to invoke a pattern shatter. That's what I call this handy little method, right? So what do you think would happen if the next time you're in one of these same old conversations, and maybe it's what to have for dinner, or maybe you're fighting with your partner about money, or maybe your best friend is complaining again about how her boyfriend is such an ass. You're like, I'm so sick of having this conversation, right? Any of these patterns that you're in where you're like, the same thing is happening. It's like Groundhog Day, right? You're like, you wake up and you're like, it's the same day. Same day. I'm Bill Murray. I'm stuck in this body. I'm really not a god. And this sucks, right? So if you, any part of your life where you feel like that's happening, all you have to do is one tiny little thing to invoke a pattern shatter, and you cause this whole other chain of events to happen. Now, if that sounds scary, don't be scared, okay? Because it's really simple. I'm going to show you. So I showed you how that what do you want for dinner usually goes, right? Well, what if it was like, what do you want for dinner? What if instead of answering, you stopped and thought about it? What do I want for dinner? Well, I don't really feel like thinking about dinner because I've been working all day and I'm tired. The kids are complaining and I'm really, really hungry. So I want something that we can like sit down and eat right away. Like, ooh, how about Mexican? Chips and salsa magically show up at every Mexican restaurant on the entire planet, at least in Mexico and the US. I can't say I've been to Mexican restaurants outside of the US or Mexico. So I'm assuming that's how it happens everywhere, right? So seems reasonable. So you're like, okay, that's what I want. Or maybe you think, oh, let's go to a buffet because we can sit down and eat instantly. We don't have to wait. I'm starving. Okay. Well, like really, what if you just, instead of answering in your normal pattern, I don't know, what do you want? Which really means I can't think about this right now. I don't have like the mental bandwidth to figure out dinner. What if instead you stated what your needs were, right? What do you want for dinner? Something quick because I'm really hungry and the kids are getting crazy. You have just shattered a pattern because your partner was all set to say, I don't care, whatever you want. And you went and changed the pattern. And all of a sudden your partner has to go, oh, something quick. Let me think. And he or she is going to come up with a quick solution. And then bam, you were on the path to dinner instead of on the path to this endless conversation where you're like, oh my God, I don't know. We're just ordering takeout again for the third time this week because no one can think about dinner. Right? So that's a really tiny example, but you'd be amazed at how many different ways you could use it. You got a mother-in-law that's constantly nagging you about something. Think about your normal pattern. Like she says this and then you say what? Then she says this and you say what, right? And all you have to do is change one thing. Like if you normally roll your eyes and say, I really don't want to talk about this right now. What would happen if you did like the complete opposite of that? Like if she says what she always says and then you said, I'll give that some thought. You literally have just stopped her in her tracks. Try it. If you don't believe me, try it. It's mind freaking blowing, okay? But that is the quickest, the pattern shatter, quickest, fastest, instantaneous way to break a pattern and get you unstuck. Try it today and post a comment. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you in the next video.